Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your full moon reading in Sagittarius for June 3rd, 2023. And the energies are high. We are a few weeks away from the summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it is a very energetic time. June is proving to be a very pivotal point. I will be having the next 6-month reading coming out very soon from July through December 2023. So watch for that. And I know for a fact, June is the pivotal point between now and the end of this year. We have a lot of energies coming in, and it's not just about the energies that are between humanity. It's basically the energy that's coming in from the sun. So we have a lot of protons and gamma rays and all sorts of smaller particles that are affecting us right down to the DNA level. And that means we are jettisoning in our spiritual growth. So watch for some very interesting things happening to each and every one of us in unique ways that will promise to be gifts for whatever it is that you're doing in your life. So it is very unique to each and every one of you. And with that done and said, let's go right into the reading, because I have 3 different card decks that we're going to be using this time around. So I'm using the Moonology Manifestation deck, which is a tried and true one for this time of year. The next deck I have is the Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And this one I haven't really used as much, but it's going to be interesting to see what they have to say. And I also have my new deck here as well, the Dreamweavers Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. So let's get right into this. So I picked the cards. The first couple cards are from the Moonology deck. And then I've got one card from the Energy and Spirit and one card from the Dreamweavers. So let's get right into the Moonology deck. The first one we have is the first quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. Now, I think this is a perfect thing to say, especially for now. Humanity is going through a complete change. And with that, you might have actually seen the separation between people. And it just feels like there's more of a wedge between people. But this is also allowing us to have a fresh point of view of what everybody else is all about, how each person adds to the collective in whatever manner that they are thinking, whether it's their thought patterns and perceptions, or it's their spiritual energy that is adding. And it's beautiful because it shows how the unique part of us, the independent part of us, adds to a collective consciousness that is raising, and it's raising in compassion, which is also that part of our kindest self. Now, because of that separation, you might see some people that might not actually be as kind. So this is a reminder to get into our hearts and focus on that unconditional love that we know we have deep, deep, deep within us. It's literally part of our DNA. Pull that out and be your kindest self to everyone, not only those who are loved ones and individuals that are around us. And I'm talking anything and everyone, not only humans, but also animals and nature, even your crystals, your newly planted plants for the spring. Everything needs some kindness and compassion and unconditional love at this particular time. Exercise those heart muscles. So let's go into the Moonology deck and find the first quarter moon in Capricorn. Okay. So we're now at the unleash your kindest self. Are you being too hard on yourself or someone else? Do you think you need to be strict with yourself or other people to get to where you want to go? Your challenge now is to be disciplined in terms of doing what needs to be done and to get what you want without sucking all the joy out of it. Feeling good about life is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to manifesting. So be kind and be your most charming self. So this is also reminding us too that we don't necessarily we need to be kind to everybody, but also to ourselves. Manifesting mix, it's good to be realistic, but you don't have to have the stench of reality so far up your nose that you can no longer smell life's perfumes. And that is so true for now. The chaos that happens or that is happening around our world right now definitely can maybe stop our breathing room and um, and stop us from smelling the roses. So this is basically saying, think outside the box. Manifesting mindset. Butting heads with others just wears you out in the end. So get into the right mindset for manifesting by deciding you're no longer going to take the bait or provoke a situation. Tune into your manifesting powers, which we are having through the like off the charts basically between now and the end of this year. Watch your manifestation powers just increase like crazy. The solar plexus chakra is your center of courage and confidence. This energy can restore vitality and help you to feel brighter and more secure. Visualize yourself in a column of shimmering yellow sunlight. Hold the card to your solar plexus and call in the energies by repeating the version of Louise Hay's famous affirmation. Energies of the first quarter moon in Capricorn, thank you for reminding me that I am a loving child of the universe. Or you could just truncate it and say, I am a loving child of the universe. So basically, this is all about loving the self, loving everybody around you. And this is a time to be kind to yourself. Focus on fostering self-love and self-care for yourself. When I talk about self-care or self-love, I'm not talking about an ego or an ego-based love of self that could come from just wanting more or control over others or control over anything around you. It is coming from that place of your heart that is absolute unconditional love. It is love for the spirit you hold within you, the fact that we are spirits in this shell, and that we're living out our lives and trying to gain as much from it as possible, experiencing, and the educational part of actually being on this planet, thinking of this as like a big university or a big school. We're learning so much about ourselves. And there's such a complexity to that. We're basically learning about ourselves, about everything around us, using emotions and emotional energy to anchor that that experience that we're having, and also taking the experiences that we're getting, the emotional energy that accompanies it, and then analyzing what it is that we've done and resolving whatever it is, the karma, I suppose that you could say, from these experiences. And once that is released, there's this kind of this letting go of the energy, and that letting go of the energy out of a solution anchors that energy to the grid of the earth. So we and Mother Earth are interconnected in huge ways. This means that the kinder we are, the less karmic experiences we need to do at this time, especially at this time, as we're raising in our consciousness. We're experiencing peace within our hearts, peace within our minds, even though there's so much going on around us. It's not this blissful disconnect of whatever is happening. It's recognizing that in reality at this time, there's so much going on, transitional changes, transformational changes with the environment, with the climate, with the earth, with everything that's going on in the world, in humanity. Humanity itself is actually changing. And that also causes this feeling of, well, it could be overwhelmed if you are not actually going within your heart and finding that part of you that has that kindness and love. And that, when you find that kindness and love within, gives you peace, gives you the peace of the mind, peace of heart. So unleash your kindest self for now. That is an absolute. It's one of those times where we need to show more and more compassion, because the more compassionate and loving energy that is sent out into the world, the less of the chaos there's going to be. mark my words, we do create that reality, because the energy, even though we don't see energy, energy of our emotions and energy of what we do, what we think, and what we say is out there. Where else does it have to go? Where else is it going? Science has proved about the vibrations that we have within our vocal cords, and basically what comes out. Well, it's a form of energy. So everything that we have that's around us is energy. And we can, with our own intention, make that energy flow and change. If you're not familiar with some of the works that have been done, that's out there about energy flow and how energy can change what goes on around there, around the world, then check it out. Do a search. Let's go on to the next card. Full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. Now, this is an important one because we are going to be having some pretty amazing things happening. Look at the scorpion on the side there. When I look at this card, I think of the fact that it's a perfect complement to the first card. Unleashing your kindest self does actually allow you to, taking the breath of life. Our breath is basically a healing mechanism. It is not just there for allowing an exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. You definitely need to take that breath in order to relieve the tensions, especially when it comes to everything that's going on around us. And it helps to foster the peace in our thoughts and in our mind. So it's a great complement when it comes to that. So let's look at the full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is another really interesting sign. And I know those you Scorpios out there, you're such loving, amazing individuals too. A lot of it is about love, very passionate, very, very passionate individuals. So this is taking that passion times 100,000 if we can, because we have that within our hearts, and allowing it to escape, to be placed into humanity. So breathe through the tension of humanity and what's been going on, the realities. There's a strong sexual energy around you now. The good news is that sexual energy is very creative. After all, it leads to an act that creates humans. A tense situation could be about to boil over, so go carefully. And this is actually sort of a prediction of what will be happening in this next month or so. Time spent outdoors will help you to calm your emotions as well as increasing your general well-being. You need to find a balance between your emotions and your sensual side. Don't deny this part of yourself. Use the energy to create what you want. Manifesting balance. Balance your ability to care, to caress, with your need to be caressed. That is that give and take of love, of sensuality. Manifesting mindset. When we're emotionally overheated, we end up focusing on what we don't want rather than what we do want. Bear this in mind now and breathe. A manifesting ritual for seduction. Add myrrh essential oil to your diffuser. You can also add a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon's a nice hot oil to put to put into a diffuser as well. Rest in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Call on Kali, the goddess of Shakti, divine feminine energy, and of facing down your fears, putting them at bay. Make sure you're fully in touch with your sensual side. Unspent sexual energy creates blockages, so use your imagination. Now, this does not necessarily mean that if you do or do not have a partner that you have to do whatever it is sexually, but it's fun. Just saying. Anyways, doing something like what this is basically saying is using up some energy by using the two chakras, our sacral and solar plexus chakra, when we're creating something. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. Your manifestation affirmation is sexual energy fires me up in a good way. It helps me to express my creativity too. So our sacral chakra is just below our belly button, or basically right behind the belly button, and all the chakras are originating in the spine. When you take the energy there, the energy at the root, which is at the base of the spine, kind of like in the nether parts, but from there into the sacral chakra, into the solar plexus chakra, which is just below the breastbone. All the first three chakras are incredible. It's the base chakras for creating that's out, whatever it is that you want, your manifestation of creation. So what this is saying is because Scorpios are very sexual as well, they have this incredible way about creating, and they're also very emotional. So if any sign, being the full moon, if this is saying the full moon in Scorpio, it's our full moon this month is in Sagittarius. And they're also very emotional beings as well. But there's also planetary aspects that are equaling or in specific aspects of the moon. And that I encourage you to look at as astrologically in other videos. But looking at this in particular, how this reflects to what it is today, breathing through the tension. Now, in any type of creation or sexual release, then there is a tension. There is literally almost like a winding up of a string, and then a release. And that release, the energy that is released from that tension, is probably the most creative energy in the universe. So what this is saying, breathing through the tension, means that you could be wound up so tight. However, taking a release could mean anything in pleasure, in joy. Then that's where the sexual part comes in for pleasure. Releasing in some form of of joy is what is necessary to bring about a creative energy on the inside. Now, again, there are planetary aspects that are with regards to Venus and Mars at this particular time. I encourage you to go and take a look at some other videos with astrological bases and see where the planets are and how they fall in your chart, your birth chart, and see what this has for you at this time, because I believe that is a very important part in releasing this creative energy. And that helps a lot with when it says unleashing the kindest self. Well, when you're in a place of joy and in a place in your heart, then it's very easy to breathe through tension, to let go of the tension, and to be an extremely expert manifester. So this is kind of like a prescription for being the expert manifester, for manifesting not only material goods within your life, or any type of material. When I say material goods, I mean money or financial prosperity within your life, or any type of physical manifestation like a house or a car or a place to live, or whatever the case may be. This is about manifesting your life in the collective. So breathing through the tension here, and in the creative form of Scorpio, this is basically saying, breathe the new life of humanity into creation. It's very, very powerful. And when I was saying about June and what this is saying, this is the prescription of how to get through anything, which is, there is, like I said, the energies are really ramping up, not only for humanity consciously in our consciousness, but also around us chaotically. The powers that are trying to control, they're basically doing as much as they can to maintain control of the keeping the consciousness of humanity from not going anywhere. But it's not going to work. The sheer aspect of the solar energy that is coming in at this time and affecting us in our DNA, you can't stop it. No matter what you do, no matter wherever it is that you try to block out the sun, you definitely can't do anything with these smaller particles. So it goes well beyond just the particles coming from the sun, just the scientific parts of it. It goes well beyond that. So with the other two cards, let's take a look. So energy and spirit, we have soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. Again, it's a prescription. With kindness, you want to also be grateful for everything that you have gone through. That is the good and the bad. And also be thankful for everything that you currently have, even if it is the littlest bit. Be thankful for what you have. because then it's like the topping on a sundae, an ice cream sundae. The topping on this sundae, because of the fact that it allows you to have more. You will be able to have more and more once you add that little elixir of gratitude to everything that you do. So let's take a look at the Soulful Appreciation, Heartfelt Gratitude, and see what it has to say about all of this. This card shows scales with a stack of gold coins on one side and a floating butterfly on the other. Yet, even though the coins are very heavy, the butterfly tips the scales, representing its far greater value. This card reminds you that there are many forms of value in life. People are quick to appreciate material wealth and just as quick to dismiss the fleeting, unassuming moments of joy. But it's vitally important not to miss these golden opportunities. Gratitude is a strong causal vibration that triggers present joy and radiant future attraction. Grasp every opportunity to be grateful for even the tiniest moments of beauty, joy, peace, and happiness accumulate in your life force energy. This habit of seeking value in the little things is an ongoing energetic choice that draws things that of even greater value to your life. That's what I mean. The topping on this sundae will just, with more gratitude, will bring you more. If this card was actually taken and it was upside down, then the reverse part says basically maybe you're too distracted to see the wonderful things that are in your life. Maybe what needs to happen here is to integrate gratitude in your life in specific points. In fact, some computers, I believe, have built-in little things where it says take a break. Well, in this case, that take a break, maybe that's a nice way of actually reminding you to have gratitude for what you have. So just giving yourself the opportunity to use gratitude just as a thankfulness of everything that you have. It's first thing in the morning. Even if you can think of 3 things that you're grateful for each day that are totally different from the time before, from the day before, you will find that your life has more meaning. Your life feels like it has more meaning, that you have and can do more in a day with gratitude for just 3 things in the morning that are different from the day before. So try it and let's see what happens. So the last card that we have here and how we're going to integrate it together is the Dreamweavers card. And it is, if the river flows this way. Now, this is really beautiful. Her deck, Colette Baron Reed's deck, the Dreamweavers Oracle, is absolutely beautiful. I mean, every card deck that I have is beautiful. I find that it's very different, and like the artistry is very different. So I encourage you to have a look at her website and actually see the Dreamweavers Oracle, and if you feel called to purchase, because it is actually a really, really good deck. Anyways, if the river flows this way, the essential meaning of this, the importance of going with the flow, feeling the sense of being one with the currents of life, trusting you will never drown as your destiny wants you to go this way. This is what we're here for. We're here for not an easy thing, not an easy life. It is supposed to be challenging. This is why we are here, because we can hold the light and we can basically guide everyone around us. No matter what you do, what you think you can or can't do, you are still a guide, a light in the dark to guide everybody else around you into the journey home, the journey towards a new life, a new earth. And it is the importance of going with the flow. Well, that also goes right back to the beginning. Unleash that part of you. Be compassionate. Allow yourself to be peaceful. Breathe through the tension of the chaos that's going on around you, and realize that there's more to life. So just allow things to just ebb and flow. So let's read this. The flow state is a way of surrendering and trusting the benevolent forces of life. It's surprising that we don't spend more time here, as it's an amazing, creative place to be, magical and peaceful, yet brimming with potential. Flow is any activity that captures your effortless focus, such as meditation, dancing, painting, or even taking a shower. Right now, you're being invited and guided to go with the flow, to allow the currents of life to move you forward. You don't need to struggle, to plan or to strategize, to resist or push. This is not about effort. This magical river knows where it's going and where you fit into its plan. Allowing and surrendering is what's called for now. No matter if the water becomes choppy or feels like it's carrying you away, you will not drown. This is one of the most creative and life-enhancing times for you, and all you must do is allow. When your inspired ideas come to the surface, follow along. Whatever is calling for your attention, immerse yourself in it and see where it takes you. If the river flows this way, go with the current for only the highest good. Just keep doing what you've been doing, weaving your dreams and desires in a graceful rhythm, and all will be well. This is a beautiful card to just say, allow things to flow the way that they're flowing in your life. Not to say that this is going to actually apply for everything chaotic around us. Allowing things to flow, sometimes we actually have to push back at any restrictions because it just goes against what resonates with us, and that's different. What this is basically saying is, within your life, try not to push back at anything. Don't force anything to happen. Allow the flow of life to occur for you. Realize that if something doesn't happen, so for example, if you're wishing for something, or you've applied for something, or you have put your effort into something previously and it doesn't seem to work out, or something doesn't work out, the universe has your back on this. And trust, allow for the flow to occur. Yes, we might feel disappointment with it. However, if that is the case, then know there's something better coming along, that wasn't what was going to be in your best interest or for the best interest of all. So it's just keeping things like that in mind. Now, this is really good because as we're looking at the planetary aspects, how they influence us, and we have so many things happening with regards to the energies that are coming in June, we may see some things happen that might cause fear or might bring about a fearful response. And this is where taking that breath to release the fear will come in handy, and also being grateful for where you are, no matter what it is. If it turns out you are in a war-torn country or war-torn situation, be thankful for the fact that you have your life. Be thankful for anything you can be thankful for. If you're able to eat that day, be thankful for that. For anything little, and your connection, say for other people, connection to loved ones around you, connection to the divine. Be very thankful no matter where it is that you are and what circumstance you're in at this time, because that gratitude will get you so much further when it comes to your wants and desires for what's coming in your life, what you want in your life. And it's not about, like I said, it's not just about, oh, well, I want a new car, or I need a new home or whatever. What this is basically saying is, what would you like the world to look like? What would you like your environment to look like? Again, let's go back to a war-torn country. If you want peace, throw peace into the existence, throw peaceful energy. Take the moments to meditate and basically send out the vibes, the attention that you give towards peace. And remarkably, if you do this in a large form of people, if there's a large collective of you doing this at the same time, rather than focusing on the war or the chaos that's happening, focus on peace, focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. And that was said in the cards as well. If you put your focus on the positive, because that's what would it be called? It would be called is putting your effort and intention and attention towards what it is that you want rather than what you don't want, then you're going to find that there will be a huge change around you. You'll find more peaceful things happening, and add gratitude to that. thankful for the fact that it's already happening, even though you don't see it with your very eyes, then you have now sealed the attention and put it out there to the universe of what it is that you want. So I hope that this helped. I hope that you have a wonderful full moon in Sagittarius. Get out there and take a look at the moon, how beautiful it is right now, and this incredible time of change and transition. Just allow it to flow through you, allow it to be the way that it needs to be, again, in your life, not necessarily in the environment around you. If you have to protest, protest. So, but I'm just saying that this is a time of change. Be very grateful for the fact that you are here to see the changes that you're seeing, and note that your consciousness, the consciousness level of humanity, of the light workers that are out there, of all of the people that are sharing their light into the world. You are amazing, amazing people. Every last one of you. You have amazingness within you, and you are able to share this amazingness with the rest of the world. So do so. That's our birthright to do it. And with that, just go for the wild ride, go with the flow when it comes to your spiritual development, because holy smoke-a-ramas, it is going to be jettisoning between now and the end of this year. So hold on your hats. In any case, I hope you had a wonderful video, and if you're able to go to my website, takebackyourpower.live, then sign up for the newsletter. And every week I put out a newsletter that has channeling as well, and it lets you know what's happening up in the upcoming week ahead. So loving messages that really help. Plus, every once in a while, I will also add a card reading there too. So please go in there, sign up for the newsletter. It's free. And if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video. All right, take care and bye for now.